we're live.
I think we're live now.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, let's see here.
Here we are.
I just want to see. Oh, yeah, we're good.
Remember when our Sonics
we're
cups?
live.
Remember when the Sonics cups tasted different?
Huh?
Whenever the Sonics cups had different stuff in them than just pop.
Oh, yes. Now I know what you're saying. I was like, wait, they had flavored cups? I didn't know that. Like, I know I didn't go to Sonic very often, but that's a new one.
Yeah.
All right, open her up. What is it, 7? Yeah.
Waiting on me.
Are you? Yeah, I'm waiting on you.
Here we are back with Bass Talking with Aaron, Blake, and Luke. Now we're off this week. Me and Aaron are. And we decided to jump on here and maybe do a little recap of Okeechobee. Blake actually just left straight out of Okeechobee and drove straight to Rayburn for the Toyota Series. So definitely going to hear how his day one went. It looked like he caught him pretty good. So, but we're back up. We're going to be taking some questions again this week, and just kind of see where it takes us. Because it's kind of weird being off this week after going 2 straight weeks of fishing. So we all started missing each other. So we figured we'd do another live to get in touch with one another again. So.
Yep. All right, Blake, give us a lowdown. You're the only one fishing.
Well, I'm trying to forget Florida altogether, so Luke had to remind me about Florida.
Oh.
No, Okeechobee, which we talked after day 1. Day 2, caught a bunch of fish, just no size, and did not make my first top 50 cut yet. So 2 events in and still no top 50 cut. So, but now we're down here in Rayburn and caught us a pretty good bag today, 22.5 pounds. Has us in 12th place. They are biting down here.
Those fish seem to be bigger in Texas than they are in Florida.
Yeah. I said things are bigger in Texas. I don't know. But these day 2 curses, hopefully they don't carry on until tomorrow. So hopefully we can get over that day 2 hump tomorrow. I'm hoping.
All you got to do is just go ahead and catch 25 pounds tomorrow, and you'll be set
good.
Good.
Yeah, there's 2 guys who are leading who are, I guess they're pretty good fishermen, Lee Livesey and Dakota Ebear.
That live within.
Yeah.
Ebear lives right there on it, doesn't he? Or pretty close?
I believe so, yeah. A 34-pound bag and a 31-pound bag.
Lee,
can you guys see comments or no?
No.
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll fill you in. So, Matt Boyd says, congrats to Blake on that big bag he caught today. Smash him tomorrow. I'm falling in love with the new Falcon Expert Mansfield.
Heck yeah.
Good rod.
Yep. But anyways, I just figured you probably can't see this. So for anybody watching, we're trying a whole new dynamic to this thing just because we're not all together. So we're actually going through a different streaming service that's linked up to our YouTube channel. So that's why we have questions here. So I can see the comments. Those boys can't because they're both on their phones due to not having Wi-Fi. So
well, I'm sitting in my truck outside of Chrissy's shop, so yeah. I don't know what Blake's got an excuse for.
Yeah, well, we had a storm roll through a couple nights ago, and we didn't have power, and knocked our Wi-Fi off, and we're not smart enough to figure out how to turn it back on.
Well, if it's the same lady that we rented off of in Florida, she's not going to have it come back on either. So
I got the comments now.
Okay, yeah, I had to hit show, so I'll just do that if comments come in.
That's perfect. Good job, Aaron. Look at us. We're almost professionals at this now.
I know. We're figuring it out, man. So Blake, are you around like a good pot of fish, you think, or something that'll hold up for a while, or what?
So the area that I went in and caught them today is actually, I found those fish Sunday. I actually talked to Luke Sunday, and I haven't been back until today. And when I was there in practice, they were everywhere. And today I didn't have a limit to like 11 o'clock, so it's a little slower than I thought. But I still ended up catching probably at least 15 keepers or so. But I covered a bunch of water. But yeah, I think there's still plenty of fish in that area.
What was the water temperature down there now?
So Sunday it was like low 60s, and then we had like a little cold front, and today was around 55. But it's warming up. I guess it's still warming up right now. So I think the morning bite's going to be pretty good.
It dropped to 6 or 7 degrees. Dang.
Yeah. It was there's a couple guys they had ice on their boat this morning.
Dang. I didn't even get up early enough to have ice to even know if there was ice on the ground or not.
Yeah. It warmed up pretty quick, but it was definitely around the 30s this morning. I brought 2 pair of sweatpants with me this week, and I had them both on this morning.
Like last week or 2 weeks ago, we freeze to death in Florida. Like what?
Yeah.
And then you come to Oklahoma, Texas area and get hammered again.
Yeah.
That's normal.
But it wasn't too bad. But we had no wind today, so like if you're scoping today, which I was scoping, it was a good day for it. You could skip a rock all the way across the cove if you wanted to.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
But you never get that in Rayburn. I think Rayburn is where the wind gets made at. It's always rough on this lake.
What's it looking like the rest of the week? Is it supposed to be?
Tomorrow we have a south wind with gusts up to 22, so it'll be nice and rough. But the morning's supposed to be around like 8 to 10, so
it's going to be.
I think tomorrow morning they're going to bite pretty good.
Now that wind they should bite anyway. I mean, it should help some. I mean, I'm sure the water's pretty clean, isn't it? It's not super clean, but it's just got.
It's not as clean as it was a month ago when I was here. They've had some rain. Well, the water's in the bushes. I think it's like 5 foot high.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
There's Michael.
Lucky lures behind the 8 ball. Behind the 8 ball, we posted. I don't know. You must not have been paying attention. But we posted about 1 o'clock today. Not on us, on you, man. Sorry.
Ain't good.
I even posted a story today too, didn't I? So that's twice.
That is twice.
That is twice.
I'll let you guys down. I didn't share it.
Wow. Appreciate it, Blake. Yeah, not trying to get any clicks or nothing.
Yeah.
I really expect you to do that while you're fishing, you know. I mean, I can't believe you didn't take time out of your day to do that, but it is what it is. We'll take it off your paycheck next month.
I didn't even get my rods finished up. Like I just knew like this was more important than my rods. So I made sure I was here.
What is that?
Look at that. Yeah.
That is pretty nice.
LP fishing hats, huh? Check that out.
Is that you saying that you're going to give?
No, those are going to be for sale. I got to pay my camera guy.
Oh.
So we'll get those for sale out here pretty quick. So
how many you got?
Down there. So
how many you have?
I don't know. I just opened the box today. I think I got a dozen. I'd have to check, but I'll get more info on that. Maybe if I can get some kind of, people say, hey, they want some, we can kind of get an order going. If I need to order 2 dozen or 12 dozen or whatever. So, but
Luke, I'm looking for sponsors that if you want to help me out, I'll wear that hat.
Yeah, me and you both.
Oh, we got another one.
Yeah, that's right. Lucky Lure, he did send me the new, he got some shirts in from Exotic. So,
there you go.
Yeah, making sales every day. So,
right.
Just big salesman over here. I do what I can sometimes. But we need to break down Okeechobee, kind of how that went for us. Blake, I'll let you go first because you beat me at Okeechobee.
Yeah, well, we kind of talked about it last Thursday or whatever day it was. They're all running together. Man, on day one, 12.5 pounds, I was inside the top 50 cut and pretty much caught all my fish on a swim jig. And so being hard-headed, I said, I'm going to throw a swim jig all day tomorrow. And I was going to catch another 12.5 pounds, and I was going to make my first cut, and things are going to be smooth sailing. And I did exactly that. Problem was they were all little bitty. So I think we caught, I don't know, I still probably caught at least 10 keepers. They only got to be 12 inches down there. So they don't take much to be a keeper. But man, I just never had a big bite. On day one, I had like a 4 or 5 pounder come off on the swim jig. That was the only fish that I really hooked up with and lost. And I just knew, being hard headed, that I was going to end up getting one of those better bites and, end up around that 13 something pounds. It was one of those tournaments I didn't think I was around the fish to, without a doubt, win or, be in the top 12. But I thought I was around enough fish to make the cut, if that makes sense. So you kind of have to pick and choose on some of those things. But overall, I was actually looking back on the long drive we had home. Man, Okeechobee was a great lake. It was a lot of fun, and looking forward to going back to it, really.
Heck yeah.
But yeah,
I don't know.
never had a big bite during the tournament. So that I think that's a lot of places you got to have a big bite. But I think Florida, that's just how Florida is in general. You just got to have that big bite.
I mean, that was the difference between being in the top 10 or, the bottom 10.
Yeah.
And that is Florida, like you're talking about. I mean, it was different this year than even I fished it a couple years ago, and the water was falling, and it was just different. We me and Aaron were in the Yamaha booth on Saturday because I didn't want to fish Saturday and make you feel bad because that was just terrible.
Doing that back-to-back weeks. Yeah.
So I didn't feel right about that. So I decided, go ahead and tank it real good on my Friday. And I think what got me, though, is I had the fish I actually caught on day one. It was a pretty good run. It was probably 30 minutes, and I think we had an hour and a half, almost 2 hour fog delay. And the temperature dropped also. The water temperature dropped when I put my trolling motor down, it was like 5 or 6 degrees lower than it was the prior morning. And I was catching pretty well the same way you were. I caught a lot of mine on chatterbait, and I did catch some on a swim jig. But I noticed those fish that morning. I had a feeling it was going to hurt it. They didn't blow. They weren't schooling like they were the day before.
Yeah. Let's talk about that, Luke. How many that shad spawn or whatever that was going on at the end of day one?
It was nuts. I mean, it didn't happen right off the bat on day one of practice or day one of the tournament, but by like 11 o'clock, it was like you flipped a light switch. And I know when I pulled into my first area, there was not squat going on. I rolled into an area that I said, I'm going to catch a couple of keepers just to give me a limit because I was struggling. And I turned the corner, and for literally 300 to 400 yards, they were schooling. And I just dropped trolling motor and kept going. Like, well, I think I'd turn around. No, there's more blowing up there in front of me. So I just keep going. It was constantly. And when I actually started in a different area. We started pretty close to each other. And as soon as me and Aaron shut down, because he was with me, I got to look around. I said, this doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
They're not blowing up. And the day before, I kind of went through the area, and they were just going everywhere. And then I seen a couple of schools, so we pull over there. I catch a keeper, first cast, I think, and it was perfect. Like, there was a little pond. The wind was pulling out of there like a little current, and they were just blowing up in one spot. I miss a fish, hit Aaron in the knee with my chatterbait. He ducked his head. I don't know why he ducked because it's hitting him in the knee. His sunglasses that are brand spanking new, he's had them for 3 days, bloop, straight in the drink. And, of course, it's chocolate milk, so we can't find them. So we're back there staring, looking for them. Like, Helen Keller couldn't find the day. I mean, she would have had a chance in us finding it. And so they were gone. So that's how our morning started out, like right off the bat. And it just never got any better. We pulled up by Bo Browning, and we were like, hey, Bo, you got them? He's like, man, they're biting pretty good. I got like a heavy 18. I was like, we got a heavy 6. 5 fish. And
5, yeah.
Like, literally, we're fishing the exact same stuff Bo is, throwing the exact same chatterbait, to a T. And because, he showed it to me, and when we were talking that morning, he was parked right beside us, and I looked, and I was like, oh, you got my little golden shiner tied on. He's like, yeah, I caught them all in green pumpkin today, but I decided to tie that on. Literally went by him and we were just fishing some eelgrass edges and come back by, and Bo's power pole down with 30 camera boats around him. And he's just wailing on the damn things. I'm like, this is cool. It's just one of those days. Hats off to Bo. He figured them out and caught them. I was just not smart enough to do that. And I think Bo had 26 or so, I think, after day 2. Had
just
a big
about
bag.
26.
Yeah, so, congratulations to him. He cracked them good.
Yeah.
But
it's making it tough for that Rookie of the Year race already.
Yeah, you're right there at them.
Yeah. We're in the top 10 at least, right?
Yeah, that's for sure. Only 9, but that's not bad.
Yeah. Do you guys see that comment
tough
down
swing
there?
For us? But that nest. It's an Oklahoma shake. It ain't an Alabama shake. But no, I do that. I swim a jig like it's a different. That some buck is getting rocking and rolling.
Absolutely. It's
very
rare that you ever see just a shake. Yeah. That goes for anything, though.
Real distance. I think what we fish it, though, water wheel and stuff like that, you better be moving that thing, because they're in 6 inches of water. So you got to make them react to it more or less than, fall on it trying to eat it. You throw rattle on your.
There's no swimming a jig this week for me.
He's going to swim a sonar minnow around out there.
Yeah, swimming a minnow.
No,
I don't. Maybe you should change things up tomorrow and see what happens.
You know what? Now that you say that, I got a starting spot. It's the same spot that I started this morning where I'm going to go, because I've changed up the last 2 events, and that's worked out very, very poorly for me. So,
might as well stay consistent.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Depends which way you look at that.
Yeah.
Luke, what do you got going on? You're off here for a couple weeks. What's going on?
I've been doing the daddy daycare today. Probably going to do that quite a bit. Being gone for 3 weeks from little man's been pretty tough. So it was good to come home and see him, and got to spend the last couple of days, full days with him. Also full nights, because he doesn't like to sleep very well. But now I think me and Dad might try to fish that Skeeter next weekend at Eufaula, just to fish something together. Other than that, not a whole lot. I'm going to go through my boat and re-rig, and I do have to fish the celebrity tournament at the Classic, so that'll be pretty fun, and but I guess that's the next only thing I got going on, since I didn't like to make the Classic this year. 2.5 hours from my house. That was real smart.
What day do you get to go to the Classic?
I've got to be there Tuesday night of it, and then that tournament's at Wednesday. So,
do you know the celebrity yet?
No, I'm kind of.
You cut out.
Yeah, I lost you.
They had some, like red dirt guys, country guys over there. So there's no telling. But I'm sure it'll be fun.
Yeah, I bet so too.
It'd been a lot sweeter if I'd been fishing the Classic, but I guess I can get to fish the mini Classic, the mini Celebrity Classic.
Yeah.
If you were a true roommate, you'd be down at the launch every day and at weigh-ins for your roommate, since he's fishing it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to make it. That's an hour and a half drive one way.
He's got celebrities to take care of.
I'm going to have some sleep to take care of whenever I'm there. So, no. I think I actually do got a dinner on Thursday night with, Christy will be there with me, with Booyah and stuff like that. We got some. Chad is going to have us come down and go to dinner with them. So, that'll be fun. Going to see those guys and everything. And get to work the booth with them all weekend. That's great. I love
it.
I hope I don't see you there.
Yeah, you don't need to be there on Sunday.
Yeah.
No. I know. I've been getting a lot of people texting me and asking me if I'm going to the Classic, and I have to say no because, you know, there's not a lot I can do in a booth. You know, I can be a salesman, I guess, but I don't know anything about what I'm selling. Oh, that would probably be a problem.
Well,
Other than that, them boys are going to be there with Amped. They'll all be down there. That'll be fun.
Yeah, I could go sell batteries, but then again, I don't know anything about batteries. I'd be like, oh, yeah, these guys are cool, so you should buy a battery.
Yeah.
you gotta have some camera batteries or something, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I tell Matt. Just make me an amp battery that'll last all day in my camera.
That'd be pretty sweet. Or just to go on our dang into the mics.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. We're on to something.
The lithiums make your camera lighter.
yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on
That
to
way-
something, boys.
He gets tired of holding it up all day of me not catching fish, so
Yeah,
help him out there.
it's true. Okeechobee will be a tough one to edit without falling asleep, but it is what it is.
You only got 2 days, and day one, I caught the snot out of him day one. From like 11 o'clock till 4:15 or 4:20 when I got in. I caught the fire out of them, but said they's all 2-pounders, 2 1/4. So
Yeah. Blake looks like he's getting messed with at the house over there.
Yeah, I am.
Who are you rooming with?
My buddy Eli Brummett.
Oh, nice.
oh geez,
Yeah.
there's no telling what's going on behind that camera that we can't see.
Well, that's the way we're gonna keep it too.
No party boys.
Yeah.
You go straight from you'll go straight from that to the Classic, won't you, Blake? Pretty much.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm getting roped into fishing Sunday, Nichols on Grand Lake. So
Oh, this.
Yeah.
Jesus.
yeah.
I wonder
And
if
then-
Dad's Eli or your dad.
Do what?
Is Eli going to make you go or your dad?
No, Eli, I think, and his brother, they're fishing, and then I got a buddy. He's really wanting me to fish, and he about got me talked into it.
You tell him
So-
if he'll pay for the entry fee and gas and boat, and you be the net man for him, he might go.
Yeah, if he'll just drive my truck, let me sleep on the way up there, I'd be good. I'm ready for a good. I'm ready for a good day just to sleep in and do nothing. I won't lie.
Hell, you're young. You can handle this stuff.
I keep telling myself that.
Yeah. Wait till you hit my age and you have gray hairs and you can't move and you're tired and your back hurts.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm dreading 40.
I mean, it's either age or girlfriend. Don't get one of them, or you will be going home on Sunday and not to Grand.
What is Grand Lake fishing kind of tough?
Terrible is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I talked to a guy the other day and he said it was hell. The water's like in the low 40s, mid upper lake, and it's not it's clean. But
yeah, and I heard there was a shad kill, and I heard there's dead shad floating everywhere.
yeah, that can make it tough. But that means wouldn't that whenever that was when that started happens when the Flash Mob Junior really succeeds everything or supposed to.
Yeah.
I'm sure those fish up there at Grand have never seen one, so
It don't matter. They've seen 1,000 of them. They still bite it. So
you kind of like that thing up there, don't you? You want a little bit of cash on it.
well, let me just tell you. I'll just go into the details a little bit. My first 10 minutes this morning of fishing on Rayburn, I caught a 708 on a Flash Mob Junior.
Dang.
The only fish I caught on it, but it wasn't big.
He's lying to us. He said he was shaking a minnow all day. Huh.
Yep,
Now
that was the only one.
tails are coming out, huh?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Had to make sure I remember how to throw back a bait caster.
I bet so real quick.
Yeah. Set the camera around.
Yeah. I bet he would like that, huh? Aaron, what are you going to be doing? Also?
What am I doing? Oh, we're going to the cabin tomorrow because I got home from 70s and 80s, nice in Florida, suntan, and it's cold. Actually, it's nice here at the house, but it snowed about 10, 11 inches at the cabin last night or yesterday. So
just
they closed,
10 or 11 inches.
Yeah, not bad. We're used to it. I mean, they didn't even shut down school. No, I'm kidding. They shut down school. It got pretty nasty. But they closed trails on, what was it, like a week ago Sunday, and now they just reopened trails tomorrow morning. So I'm gonna take the girlfriend up there and go ride maybe one more weekend, because they're gonna shut it down on Sunday or Monday probably, because they're asking for 50 to 60 degrees all next week. So kind of like a flashbang operation here, where they're just opening it up one more weekend for everybody in Wisconsin to absolutely blow the doors off. And when I
So
say
what does
that,
it start
I
getting
mean
pretty dangerous
drinking.
once it starts melting?
It'll go so fast that there won't be snow on the trails. I mean, it's kind of like, it sounds weird when I talk about it, but like for you guys down in the South, you don't really fully understand it until you go, but like they take care of these trails like highways. They're out there with groomers grooming these things all night long. And when you get on them in the morning, it literally is like you're riding a highway, but you're on snow and on snowmobiles that go 105 in the straightaways.
Have you ever been on 69 highway in
That's what
Oklahoma?
It's not a highway.
They don't take care of nothing.
No, it's a lot smoother than that. But no, it's one of those deals where that whole area, northern Wisconsin, makes all of their money in the winter off of snowmobilers, tourists, all that kind of thing. So literally when they were thinking that this snowstorm was coming, everybody was like, you better open the trails, because that's one more weekend that these bars and restaurants and, hotels, motels, they can make a pile of money this weekend, and it'll be the last weekend that they make a good amount of money until probably Memorial Day weekend, when people start heading up for the summer. So, but yeah, that's the plan. We're just going to go up there real quick trip tomorrow night, stay till Sunday, come back and be back here for the week. So that's kind of the plan. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. I kind of want to stay out of the taverns as much as I can. You know what I mean? So we'll probably snowmobile a little bit, but relax, being in Florida and traveling back here, and then got the boys that are off the wall crazy all week. So go up there and relax and be
Did they ride with you, the boys?
They haven't yet. They are 8 and 6. I think they would obviously love it, but they're just not to that point yet where we could probably take them around the cabin and take them for small little rides, but I think they'd kind of get cold, or they just get bored. They don't really have the attention span yet to actually go and ride, but I think next winter we might give her a whirl and see what happens.
Like, you've never seen anything like it is up there, Blake. Like, was it been 2 or 3 winters ago I went up there with you?
Yeah.
And it didn't snow at all. And it is literally a tourist town. I mean, that's it. And it was like nothing going on. I mean, we talked to a place that we went in several times right there by his cabin and eat and stuff like that. And the amount of money the lady that owned it was telling us she was losing just because it didn't snow was astronomical.
Really?
Like, that's it. I mean, that's what they look forward to. And he said, then you have, from as soon as it gets warm enough up there for them to be in the water, they're boating and people are coming from all over. It just blows up the town. And without that going on, it is a ghost town. Like, they were all telling me the motels would look like we're fishing the Skeeter tournament at Eufaula. You know how it's always packed? Yeah, it looks like it is right now. Nobody.
Yeah,
that's crazy to see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe one day I'll get to go up there and check that out.
Heck yeah. Yeah. I mean, we drive up to, even before, early season when they first opened the trails, but they were only open in certain areas. We'd go up there and, literally all the hotels, motels, not a person at them. And then you went up there once the trails were open and you couldn't fit another snowmobile trailer in their parking lot. They were parking on the road, side streets, you name it. That's where everyone goes. I mean, and it is crazy now that I live down in Northern Illinois, the amount of people that, my girlfriend knows from right down here or even 2 hours south of us yet that make a 6-7 hour drive every weekend to go up there and ride snowmobiles. Like, it's insane. But I mean, it's awesome because like you literally see people from all over the country, honestly. I mean, there's some bars that have they would be like, I don't know, big big banners, I guess, and it says, you know, hey, write your name down where you're from, and that thing will be completely covered by the end of the winter. And there'll be people from, I mean, I'm not shitting you, from Europe. There'll be people from, you know, anywhere you can possibly think of that come there and ride snowmobile.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
That's crazy to think about too.
Yeah, for sure. But all right,
we got a question down here.
We got questions for Blake.
What color swim bait do I need to throw tomorrow? That's easy. Rayburn red.
Rayburn.
Rayburn, you throw red.
That's it.
All right.
Yeah.
You got another one.
Favorite jig trailer. That's all you on that one.
Do you ever throw a paddle tail?
Do what?
Do you throw a paddle tail on your swim bait jig? Like, you know, if instead of throwing a spine crawl, you know, a crawl style, or do you ever put a paddle tail on it?
Yeah, I do throw a paddle tail from every now and then. It all depends on the speed. If like the water's real clean, I'll throw like a swim bait or something on it. Something I feel like I can wind faster. Like around boat docks, like on Grand, there's a lot of like to have like a crawl or something. I feel like that's too much resistance. That they may, can't fish it as fast. Where I could put like a, you know, like the Yum Scott Spur. I really like that thing. That's an underrated little hand forward.
I know. I looked in your boat over there when we were at Okeechobee, and it was like Scottsboro lined up on every single bait that had a spinner bait, swim jig, or a chatterbait had Scottsboro.
I didn't realize, I'll be honest with you. I didn't realize how good that bait was until I got to playing around with it. And it's I really do like that.
It's non-expensive compared to a lot of swim baits.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, looking at it, like just being honest, like I didn't throw it as much, but then when I got to finally playing around with it, the more I threw it, the more that I really like it. It doesn't roll like you could throw it up shallow and it doesn't want to just like blow out. I guess you can say it stays true and stuff. But yeah, I like that on the back of a trailer. But he's just asking for just a favorite jig trailer in general, isn't he?
Did we lose him?
Well, I think we lost you or lost him. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I hear you. Yeah.
Better to just slow your jig down.
There we go.
Yeah, I can hear you. Aaron's gone.
Okay.
He
I
said
think
he
we're
had
all
bad
back
service.
now.
We're the ones who got the service.
All right. Hold on. This is a good one.
Yeah.
Non-fishing celebrity.
Luke's definitely the one with bad service, so you go ahead and answer.
Yeah. Aaron, who's your non-celebrity person you take out on the lake?
Oh, me?
I've got bad service. Y'all are the ones that are cutting out on everything.
Huh. Sure.
Says if I could pick a celebrity for the day, non-fishing celebrity. I think that's tough. Like I can't say Zona because he's a celebrity, but he fishes. Mercer fishes. That would be a crapshoot.
Yeah. I think I would, because he does fish a little bit. I think I'd take like a celebrity like Morgan Wallen or something like that. He fishes.
I'd take JJ Reddick. Do you even know who JJ Reddick is?
He probably doesn't.
I know I've heard that name. I'm trying to think of where that coming from.
You know who he is. He was. I always liked him when he was at Duke playing basketball. How he could shoot the ball. I was always a big fan of JJ Reddick.
I wasn't much of a basketball player, as you can tell.
More of a water boy, probably.
Yeah. No, I didn't even make it to the court.
Well, who's yours, Blake?
I would say like a Morgan Wallen or something like that. I know he fishes some.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one.
I feel like that guy has some crazy. I feel like he has some crazy stories too.
Yeah. Do I got to answer that one?
Yeah.
First one that comes to mind would be like somebody cool, like Hulk Hogan or something, because I feel like he would just get wound up when you caught a fish. You know what I mean? He would just lose it, and I'd be like, "Yeah, this is my vibe," and then I'd probably win the derby, so it'd be cool.
We coming back.
You'd be
Are we all there now?
you'd be ripping your shirt off.
Yeah, exactly. I just rip my shirt off and just go ape shit every time I caught one. Let's see what we got here. We got some more coming in.
Oh yes, yes we do.
Yeah, we're a wobblehead and a football jig throwing community around Oklahoma.
Yeah. Here's another.
Do you ever fish that lake?
Yeah, see that would. I know what's MPFL's there right now, and hell, I looked at it. They're talking lows are in the low 30s, and everybody's frosted up. But as soon as it does warm up just a touch, because that's whenever we glassing them. The last couple of years, whenever we were there,
I think we lost them again.
Oh, I got them.
You got them?
And as soon as it warms up, it is like every fish in the lake decides to get up there and get on the beds and stuff. So, yeah, I'd like to be down there in the next week or two, no doubt.
Why don't you just go fly there?
Well, because our buddies in South Carolina would kill me for the week I was there, so I think I'm good. I'll stay home. We're going to have a week with them in April anyway, so that's going to be a fun trip. We're going to have a week off in between that Pascatonka, whatever river, and Hartwell, and so hopefully we can get Hampton. He can take us out and go offshore fishing and go fish Lake Murray and stuff like that. I think, and Murray should be firing good through then. The herring bite probably won't be as good then, but I don't know. It could be a lot of fun just to go crack them there real good.
Yep.
That's going to be here before we know it.
I know.
Yeah, how much time in between the Classic and when we leave for that? A week?
I think a week. No, it might be almost 2 weeks, 10 days.
Yeah.
Somewhere. And they always give, it seems like in between the Classic and the next one's always around 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to coordinate when we're leaving for that one, Blake, and we can travel together on that.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to. Yeah, won't be able to go down early on that one.
No, and we're not driving it all in one trip either, so you might as well get that out of your system. Not driving 30 hours.
God, that was brutal.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah. So that was brutal.
Blake's probably got 2 tournaments in between the Classic and that tournament. So.
Yeah, I know it.
He's probably going to be up fishing like Lake Erie or something in some tournament and then back to North Carolina.
It'll probably be some wild cards I don't catch him tomorrow.
Yeah.
Points.
He'll be out on the West Coast by Monday.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but I'm going to be in this Toyota Series Championship somehow. That's the only reason I'm fishing.
Yep. So did you said that you got some people to respond to you on that from last week's giveaway?
Yeah, I got one. I'd have to go back and check his name again. I can't remember exactly who
Did
it
you
was.
get Nick?
I don't know.
He was one of them. Lucky Lure was the other one. I have his contact, so all I got to do is actually just look up Lucky Lure on the internet and you can find his contact.
I can send you some of Nick's info if you want me to.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah, if any of you guys are on here from last week that commented in and won the giveaway, we had a mishap. It didn't save the comments on last week's deal. So, we gotta get your info. Whoever won, if you're on here, send us a DM. Let us know your address, and I'll get those shipped out. I'm at home, so I could ship them out whenever. But yeah, there was one thing I didn't click. That's my bad, and it didn't save the comment. So reach out to us if you are on here and you are a winner. We won't polygraph you. We believe you. And we'll send them out.
Yeah, that's enough polygraph talk.
Talked about that for 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
Kyle Patrick took his, though. He passed
Yeah.
it. All pumped up.
That's right. Yeah.
What about Stetson Blaylock on his number 2 of the year already?
Really?
Yeah.
That's almost unlucky. Just to have to go sit there for an hour and a half and take a polygraph.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Well,
normally in Oklahoma, if you're taking a polygraph, you're pumped up because you won or come in second. And now you can come in like 72nd, have to take one.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Clearly, we didn't take no info.
Good thing they didn't polygraph 74th because somebody would have had to take it.
I had to take one.
Yeah.
Which would be perfectly fine.
I would have been like, here you go. Here's the footage. We didn't catch shit.
That is nothing. I know it's probably been addressed across the country already, but if you're in a gas station, you see us, please don't talk about the lake we're going to.
Yeah.
I mean, and we love to talk fishing with everybody and what's going on, and we'd love to talk about the lake, but we can't. We can't even refer to the lake if it's the wrong name. So we just you know, talk fishing, but please don't bring up the lake we're fishing at, or even in general, you know, don't bring it up, please.
Yeah. I had my co-angler today, kind of the same. He fished a college tournament on Hartwell or something. I said, yeah, don't even talk about it.
Yeah. And that sucks, you know.
It does.
Because we all want to talk about a lake, but you know that would be getting info. You know, if he told you that, oh, we're catching them on docks. Well, there's 8 billion docks, but now you're going to be thinking, now I can't fish docks, and you're going to have to fish docks to catch fish too. You know? So unless you want to go shake a minnow all day, but you know that's just the rules we have to abide by, and that's fine. You know, it does get it to where it levels the playing field a little more for us. So please don't talk about the lakes. We'd love to talk to you, but not about that lake.
Looks like you got a question, Luke.
Where do I keep the blue trophy at? I have like a little shrine at the house now. I have my couple trophies I won when I won the ABA Nationals, and with the Ray Scott Trophy, and I got my blue trophy on another, you know, on the same table, and Chris has a little shrine there of me, so I thought that was kind of cool.
Do you have your winning bait hanging off of them?
No, I don't, because I used all up I had at that tournament, so I just bought more. That's one thing I've never I know I had a Booyah hard dogger that I fished my first ever classic with, and that thing, the red was beat off of, the nose was ground down on it, and you know, a lot of people, that'd be something to kind of keep up with. Hell, I go to Pickwick and hang it up in a stump and then don't get to keep my bait anymore. So I don't get I've never had an attachment to a bait, because normally if I'm catching fish on it, it's going to stay in the box, because you know, every little detail like that, I got to keep my secrets to me, even though my secrets are pretty well out of the bag anymore.
So if you're catching them on, say, a spinner bait, anything, jig, whatever, at the end of the day, you do your tackle. Do you always put a new one on for the next day?
Oh, hell no. I'm going to throw that phone gun until I break it off, or
all right.
Happens. Now I'm not a changer upper. If it's, you know, just like a crankbait, you know, you get that thing and you're catching a bunch of fish on it, and it's like the paint starts getting clawed off on it. You don't just throw it in the box and get a new shiny one out.
Yeah.
You know, I beat it till the cows come home on them.
Yeah. I said the same thing doing tackle tonight. I said, heck, it was good enough for my last cast and good enough for my first cast.
Exactly.
He's learning. See, back at Okeechobee, he was wondering, how is Luke done with tackle already? I was like, do you just put some new line on a little bit and throws it in the rod?
That's what I don't. I mean, but you've seen as many rods I had, 8 a deck?
Yeah.
And actually 6 of them had the same thing on them, and a chatterbait and a swim jig, and the other ones were flipping stuff. So I'm throwing 60-pound braid on everything, so I ain't changing up squat. I'm going to keep going, and that's what I got confidence in what I'm doing. So that might be why I either do really well or really bad anymore. I have a little bit of variety, but now I'm just back to simplicity.
Yeah. Man, it was so nice fishing and not having to look at grass and all that stuff the last couple of days.
You just had to worry about hitting a stump.
Yeah. Which the lakeside, I've definitely been running some stuff that my map just says timber. So
Yeah, that place is. I've only been on it once, and
yeah.
I was there in between in between fishing Toledo Bend whenever we fished it last year before last, and I just went out on it, and the wind ended up blowing like 25 that day. So
Oh gosh.
pocket, and I actually caught them. There was actually some grass then, not much, and I messed with them in the grass, and then I spent about 5 hours, and I was like, yeah, it's starting to rain, and the wind's blowing. I'm going home.
I like Toledo. I've only been on it a handful of times. I do like Toledo.
Yeah, it's a neat place.
That's a good one, Luke. I know you touched on this already. Not in this, but talking to people.
I can't see it good enough. My eyes are bad.
It says it's a shame, but do you guys agree that the information rules will have the unintended consequence of making anglers more standoffish with people to avoid disqualification?
Me and you we was at the Omaha booth. We talked to several guys that day about it. And yeah, I can kind of see that happening, just because we can get nervous about that. We don't want to get DQ'd because every single point is valuable. And if you all of a sudden lose, just if you get top 50, it's, 40, 50, 60 points. That's the difference between making the classic and not. I can't see that kind of happening. We just have to be very careful. And, I love talking to people that love bass fishing, and have a passion for it. So it does make it a little bit tougher, but it's just, I try to deter the conversation away from where we're at,
Yeah.
Maybe them asking me, try to talk about fishing in Oklahoma or wherever else except where we're at, which is hard because where we're fishing, that's where they live and where they want to talk about their home lake. So it does make it difficult. But it probably will deter us a little bit from really engaging conversation as much as we'd like to with them.
Yeah. I wish, I guess speaking from my side, I wish I knew what the questions they would be asking on the polygraph just to make me feel a little bit better. Because I don't know how strict they are on.
I'm sure they're strict.
Like a guy like coming up to someone at a gas station and say, "Did you go fish this creek?" or something like that. That's it's kind of.
Well,
you didn't ask for that, but I don't know. That's kind of that.
Yeah, as long as you're not. If they you go specifically ask them like, "Hey, how's the lake fishing? Or is this creek area good?" That's going to be a big no-no. But if someone, "Hey, are you fishing Bear Creek?" You're like, "Oh, dang," Just it's like, "Hey," and it's like, "Please don't say anything else about the lake."
Yeah.
About all we can do.
No, it's about my bedtime. I just read that comment.
You gained an hour of sleep coming this way, so heck, I don't know what you're tired for.
I think Saturday's time change, isn't it?
Sunday, isn't it?
Sunday?
Yeah, hopefully it's Sunday.
Oh. That's news to me.
My kid will probably still be awake.
I think we lose an hour, don't we? When we spring forward, you lose an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, sounds right.
Yeah. So,
50-50.
Yeah.
Yeah, it don't matter when you're up all night with the kid. Still the same.
Yeah.
Still, it doesn't matter.
That just means takeoff will be at 6, not 7 now.
Yeah. Blake he'll make Sunday or whatever, he'll make Saturday or whenever time changes, make it an hour and a half late for takeoff.
Yeah.
That's all right. You don't need that much time anyways.
Yeah. No, I need every minute.
So what is that? How does that Toyota series work? I mean, is it a 3-day tournament or a 4 or what?
Yeah, it's a 3-day tournament. I think top 25 fish. I think it's top 25 fish the final day, and I think 17, almost 18 pounds is 25th right now. So there's some stacked weights.
Yeah, but definitely. You need to bust about 25 to
Not anymore.
Day,
Yeah.
good shot. Because, I mean, like today, 2 30-pound bags. I mean, you never know. I mean, it could bust off, and those guys could go around and catch 18 to 20, and all of a sudden you catch 30, and you're right back in it. So, I mean, that's one thing about Florida or Texas, you're never out of it. Not like New York where everybody's got 24 to 20 pounds, and to make up that gap, it's so hard, So we're down there, one fish. I mean, catch a 10 or 11, 12. Hey, you can catch a 15-pounder down there.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought that was almost a 10 that I caught today. So it was that's the biggest one I've caught on a spinning rod in a long time. The second one was on a spinning rod.
Jesus.
Shame. Complete.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Well, it makes you feel any better. I have 4 tied on, 4 spinning rods.
Well, you better get you about 4 more, because when we go to St. Clair, you better have 8 on the deck.
Yeah.
So you don't have to retie every other fish.
Yeah.
I heard there's a new rule. Tomorrow you can't scope.
Well.
Devastating.
He's like, I'll just load my boat up and go home. I'm not going fishing.
No, he'd pick up a flipping stick with a woolly bug or a jig on it and go to the bank and go flipping and catch 20 pounds.
Yeah. Go fish the riprap at the dam with everyone else, too.
Can you read that, old man, or no?
No.
Says if you could name one lure or setup from your youth that got you hooked on fishing, what would it be?
Mine was a rattle trap back in the day.
Really?
Dad would take me out, and we'd catch largemouth or sand bass, whatever it was. You chunk it out, you throw it a mile, and wind it back, and just catch fish. That was I mean, to this day, I still throw some kind of rattle bait and stuff, but rattle trap would be mine.
Mine, I can actually remember, like, what really got me fired up about fishing. And that little pond whenever we're going to my grandpa's area in town.
Yeah.
We go to that big pond, but there's another little one there with a bunch of willows around it. It was cold, wind out of the north, spitting rain, and this is back when Denny Brower was the man. I mean, black and blue jig was the deal. Well, I went through all my dad's crap, the house, and found a hair jig that had black and blue in it. Well, I was wound up, but a black and blue hair jig, and I found a Uncle Josh's pork rind chunk and put on it. And I caught like a 4-pounder swimming. I thought I was fishing it like Denny was, but I wasn't, And I swam up on some grass, and this 4-pounder ate it. And of course, I jacked his jaw with my 15-pound test, and 6-foot rod. But I can still remember that like it was yesterday. And that's been, 26 or 7 years ago. And so I was always a big jig man. That was whenever Denny came out with that, and that was his deal. I loved. He's really what probably drove me to flipping and pitching and loving it so much.
Denny Brower is still the man.
Yeah. He's a cool guy. I've got to be around him some, and I like Denny. Come on, Aaron. What else we got?
Oh, hold on. I was trying to do something here, but I don't know if I can. To look at it. Anyways, I'm back. Never mind. I was trying to be tech savvy, but can't. What do we got? We got about 7 minutes left before we wrap this puppy up. So, what do we got coming down the pipe? I don't know. Blake's at Rayburn. So what's going to be your first move tomorrow morning? You put your trolling motor in. You're just going to scope for 8 hours straight and do that.
Yep. I'm not changing nothing up. Yeah.
I don't blame you. What boat number are you tomorrow?
I should probably look that up.
Well, wasn't there only 98 guys or something I seen?
Yeah, and I was about 51, so I got to be around 51 again.
Yeah. But I was really shocked. Normally that's got 150 to 200 boats in it, doesn't it?
Yep. Normally the big one. About 48. So yeah, I would
go ahead.
The numbers are way down. And what was crazy, there was hang on, let me say this wrong. There was a 10. I think there was 10 co-anglers. Yeah, there was 10 extra co-anglers. So it was like,
That never happened.
right. So
Mm.
yeah, I don't know. The numbers are just down all across the board this year, I feel like.
On it, Kentucky Lake. There's this one. Is there another one going on somewhere?
Well, I mean,
Was Lake of the Ozarks last week?
Lake of the Ozarks was last week, yeah.
Okay. But the Open I seen had 220 or 30 boats in it, so it was a packed out Open.
Yeah. They caught them good, too. I was looking at the weights.
Did Austin, did he stay up there, Cranford? He was up. He had
he had
I think
19 something.
10.
I was going to text him earlier, and I actually forgot, so I need to text him.
Yeah.
Did you see Banky?
No, I did. Hell, I just happened to see the top 10.
He's in 20th.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he had almost 19 pounds, I think, 18 and a half or something.
He got in with them brown fish, didn't he? He found them.
He had to. He likes those brown fish.
Like brown ones. And a river system. Hell, it's not much different than the Mississippi, except it's 14 times as deep, and you don't have to fish in 3.
Yeah.
Are you excited for the Mississippi? You like the Mississippi?
I kind of am. It was it's just a different pond completely, But it is nice. You can literally pick up a buzz bait, a spinner bait, a square bill, and a flipping bait.
Yeah.
And go fishing. I mean, you can actually pick up a frog and never lay it down the entire time you're up there if you want to. So it's literally you can pick your poison there. You can fish wing dams and scope if you wanted to, or you can go drag a jig on them, or you can go throw a there spook all day long. It's a cool place.
I know my dad, he fished a BFL regional up there, and he was talking about it. And this is before I was ever even qualified and stuff. But talking about how you throw in a chatterbait and stuff, and your line would just go slack, and you'd set the hook, and there'd be absolutely nothing there. You just reel your line in and tie a new one on because all the pike up there.
Yeah, run into that option too. I think Chris came and got frogs for me up there, didn't you, Aaron? I think last time.
Yeah.
He's like, "Hey, do you got this color frog?" I'm like, "Well, I got 2 left." He's like, "Can I have them?" I was like, "Well, apparently so," because I guess to bring his frog box. He said, "Dude, the pike were just they'd come up and suck his frog down. Because they'll blow up on it, or just suck it.
Yeah.
Down. He'd crack them and it'd be like, just
cut.
So, yeah, that hurts your feelings, especially if you go up there and you like shake some of them off. You're like, okay, I got an area. You go back in there and like your first 5 casts, you lose 5 frogs in a row.
Oh god.
So definitely load your box when you come.
Don't throw your special frog.
No, that's when you just get whatever you got in the box. And
yeah.
Well, I'm called Dustin, tell him to send you extra for when we go up
yeah.
there.
There's one last question, looks like.
Yeah, Lake X.
And there's only 3 in the whole state you can catch that type of weight out of.
Yeah.
Wait, there hadn't been a big bag like that caught out of there in a few years. It doesn't seem that I know of. But when it gets cold, that place gets on fire. I mean,
yeah.
It's got big ones in it. I mean, but you're only allowed to catch 5 or 6 fish all day if you catch that many. But when you do catch one, it's normally a donk.
I can't blame him for releasing a video of it. I mean, he's gone. He's Kentucky Lake, and he's rolling into another tournament after that. He's not going back for a while, I don't think.
We don't really have any tournaments over. Big tournaments are over there very often.
Yeah. And he's doing pretty good on YouTube, so, I mean, I get it. I mean, he wants to advertise for himself and all that, so I don't hate on it. But
Heck yeah. One last question for you.
Oh, yeah.
Blake, how many do you have your spot tomorrow by yourself? Like, were you there by yourself today, or you got people with you?
When I say spot, I fish in an area. It's a big area. So, and there really wasn't that many boats in it. So, like, I was actually prepared for more boats to be in it than there was. So, but day 2 is moving day. So, I expect to see people that I didn't see in there. But like I said, I wasn't like fishing a spot. That was the problem. It was just, I was moving around a bunch and stuff. So Texas is a little different. You know, it's not like a point or something like that. You just have to fish everything this time of year, anyways. For me, I'm sure like Lee and Dakota, I'm sure they got their hard spots that are loaded up that they know what to go to and stuff. But me, I have to fish it all.
If it's blowing 20, you won't want to be running around anyway.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Good stuff. All right. Well, we should probably wrap this puppy up. We got an hour in.
Yeah, Luke's got to take a bathroom break too, so we got to wrap her up.
I got to take a nap.
Yeah.
Time to go to bed. So once
Yes.
again, we appreciate you guys all jumping on. Hopefully this thing went pretty smooth, which I think it did. We had a couple connection issues, but other than that, another live stream in the book. Like I said, we're going to try and roll these out just about every Thursday if possible, unless we have stuff going on. Obviously with off schedule, the classic, you know, that kind of thing coming up here in the next couple of weeks, it might be touch and go there just because it's going to be hard to get these guys on during the classic. It's a busy week, very busy week. So that one we might skip out on, maybe not, but we'll kind of chit chat, figure that out. But nonetheless, thanks for jumping on here again. These guys got to go. Luke's got a mission he's on. Blake's got to get some sleep, and I'm going to probably do the same. So appreciate you again. Again, if you guys were on here and signed up for that giveaway last week, holler at us, hit Luke up in his DMs, and we'll get in contact with you.
All right. Sounds good. We'll see you boys.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.
See y'all.